United Nations in PNG has estimated fatalities from this chaos ranging from 20 to 50 and counting. Dauntingly, the coalition continues to receive distressing updates as images and even videos of attacks on women and children, with many seeking refuge in certain locations that cannot even be shown in pictures in fear of being further exposed to the violence. Human rights activist Ruth Kesam revealed that, with existing lack of basic services, the notorious landslip at Mulitaka made the situation dire in Porgera.
Mulitaka is where the roadblock is, or the landslide happened. Now, in order for you to get to Porgera, you'll have to go through Mulitaka. And that's where the bulk of the defense force, the bulk of the police are being stationed. So Porgera for the last 4 months has not been able to have constant flow of traffic going back and forth. So the vehicles that have been in Porgera are the only vehicles that are there. So you can imagine what happened. When the conflict happened and people started killing each other, killing people, it wasn't a tribal issue. So they were not going after tribes. They were going after anyone that they deemed a foreigner. And in order for those people on the ground to go out, there was no vehicles for them to be able to leave Porgera to get to Mulitaka safely.
Services on ground currently to assist government efforts are from churches and human rights defenders. However, even they are being exhausted at this point, with the help reported to have been attacked as well. Noting that the vulnerable group include the elderly, sick and those living with disability in Porgera, the executive director for the Papua Native Landowners Association made this call.
So when it comes to matters like this is where we need, if New Guinea or Islands Nation Air or if Halifax, for example, if you can provide a chopper to go in and evacuate women in this situation where they're in a situation where they cannot be able to help themselves. If you are able to fight, you're readily bodily and available to defend yourself, then that's different. But when you're in a situation where you are thinking of yourself and how you're going to carry your child, that puts you in a different scenario.
Among the call for assistance in Porgera for the vulnerable, the coalition also highlighted the importance of having women representation in decision-making.
Majority of the men that are sitting on the board at the signing are men and not women. How can men be able to represent the voice of women, especially in the extractive areas when a lot of the conflict that is happening is affecting women and children? Porgera alone actually has the highest number when it comes to weaponization of sexual violence against women. So you've got rapes that are happening and men using rape as a form of war. And that is happening mostly in places of conflict and in extractive areas around the country. Now Porgera on this front has been leading. So we need to have women that represent their own voices in tables that wield power. We are calling on the government, we're calling on the Mineral Resource Authority, on the Enga provincial government, and on the government of Papua New Guinea and other relevant institutions, departments that are also crucial to this, to involve women to sit at this table. Because unless the women sit in seats of power, when it comes to conflict, they will not be able to make decisions on things that are affecting their own life.